The oven was cold when they arrived. 25 coats dripping melted snow onto my mother's spotless floor. 25 expectant smiles turning confused, then irritated. My mother's smirk cracked when she saw the empty counters. No turkey, no sides, no dessert, just silence. I was already over the Atlantic. I watched it all unfold on my phone from a window seat, somewhere between clouds and consequences. Her text came first. One word, where? I smiled and ordered a ginger ale. I used to believe families broke you by accident. I was wrong. Some of them do it by design. I was the reliable one, the quiet one, the one who came home after work and cooked anyway, the one who cleaned while my sister laughed with friends. I paid rent, bought groceries, fixed what broke. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself love looked like endurance. My parents called it helping out. I called it survival. Christmas was always my busiest shift, not a holiday, an operation. I cooked for crowds I didn't invite, cleaned messes I didn't make, served smiles I didn't feel. I bowed because resistance caused scenes, and scenes had consequences. Silence was safer. Until one day before Christmas, my mother leaned against the counter and smiled like she'd already won. "Your sister's friends are spending Christmas here," she said lightly. Then the number. "Only 25 people." She watched me carefully, waiting for the nod, the surrender. I gave her a smile so calm it scared even me. That night, I booked a flight. The red flags had been waving for years. I just learned to stop ignoring them. The way my name was never on guest lists, but always on chore charts. The way my sister's messes became my responsibility. The way gratitude was rationed, approval always just out of reach. I wasn't a child to them. I was infrastructure. The moment it clicked wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. I was scrubbing a pan while my mother complained about how tired she was. Something in me went still, not angry, focused, like a switch had flipped. I stopped reacting. I started planning. I pulled old files from my laptop, lease agreements, bank transfers, receipts, every grocery bill I'd paid, every repair I'd funded. Turns out when you quietly hold a household together, your fingerprints are everywhere. The house? The mortgage was in my name. A favor, they'd said, a formality. I never corrected them. I moved money, legally, carefully. I scheduled emails. I canceled catering orders they'd bragged about but never paid for. I forwarded utility accounts. I booked a one-way ticket to Florida and packed light. No speeches, no warnings. Silence is louder when it's intentional. When they realized I wasn't coming back that night, the calls started. I let them ring. I watched the snow fall over a city that had never felt like mine. The next morning, I sent one message. I won't be hosting Christmas this year, or ever again. I turned off my phone. The real surprise arrived an hour later. A courier knocked on their door while the guests hovered awkwardly behind my mother. Papers were signed for. Confusion bloomed. The color drained from her face as she read. Notice of sale, 30 days. Turns out, when the house is yours, so is the future. I'd already arranged temporary accommodations for them. Modest, functional, no room for 25 guests, no kitchen for performances, just enough space for reality to settle in. They called me heartless, ungrateful, cruel. I didn't argue. I spent Christmas Eve on a beach, shoes off, phone face down. The ocean didn't ask anything from me. That was new. That was everything. The showdown came later, in a quiet office with neutral walls and a mediator who didn't care about family dynamics. My parents sat across from me, smaller somehow, stripped of authority, of assumptions. My mother tried one last smile. It didn't land. "I raised you," she said. I nodded. "And I carried you." That ended it. There were no screams, no tears, just signatures. Boundaries drawn in ink, roles rewritten. I didn't win by destroying them, I won by stepping away. Now, when I think back to that empty kitchen, I don't feel guilt, I feel clarity. I see myself finally choosing absence over abuse, quiet over compliance. They wanted a servant, I gave them a vacancy. Christmas comes every year now. I cook when I want, I host when I choose, or I don't. Power looks a lot like freedom when you've lived without it. Some people confuse kindness with weakness. They only realize the difference when the lights go out and no one's left to flip the switch.